Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today, 2018, November 6, Deepawali holiday. Because Brother Gigi, the president of the PAMC, invited me to attend the Katina ceremony and so to give the sharing the Dhamma knowledge. Because of that, I would like to give the Dhamma knowledge to you. What is the meaning of the Deepawali? So, according to our Myanmar language, we call the Diwali. But really, Deepawali. Deepawali. Deepa means light or lamp or Latin or another meaning is also island. So our Buddha also in the Dhammapada that is mentions Appamatawaka, that is Uttanena Pammadena Sayamena Dhammena cha Deepankirata Medavi Yang Ogo Navi Kirati. In that verse, our Buddha preached as an island. Deepankirata Medavi. You should make the your island for the your refuge. How to make the your island? You must possess 4 qualifications. Uttanena. Uttana means you must make the effort or energy, and uttani. Appamadena, with the mindfulness. Sayamena means you must control your bodily and verbal actions with the morality, sila, virtue. Sattamenacha, you must control and restrain your six sense faculty by the so inside meditations. If you possess these 5 qualifications, you can make the your island and refuge. This island may not overwhelmed by the 4 floods. Yang ogo navi kirati. May not overwhelmed by the 4 floods. What are the 4 floods? That is the kamoka, bhavoka, diktoka, avijjoga. Kama means the flood of sensuality, and kamoka, bhavoka, the flood of a craving of the existence. Avijjoga means so the flood of ignorance, and diktoga means so the flood of the wrong view or wrong beliefs. So may not overwhelm. Really, not the light is the, you see, symbol of the wisdom or knowledge as a light, as a light. So the light nature is abolish or expel the darkness and illuminate the objects also. Is it true or not? Because of that, so as a Deepawali day, so I have to preach for your knowledge. Before giving the knowledge, the title is there, how to overcome the difficulties in Anapana meditation. But firstly, I would like to give the one sutta from the Anguttara Nikaya. So our Buddha preached to his very intimate disciples and very generous disciples. So he gave the admonish to his disciple. This sutta also our Pa-Auk theology also, in one of the Katina ceremony, theology preached to his disciple. Because of that, you are also my very intimate friends and the brother and sister. Because as a Pa-Auk theology disciple, so firstly, except in Myanmar, outside the Myanmar, I had, so Pa-Auk theology was allowed me to preach, to share the Dhamma knowledge, firstly in Sri Lanka. After that, second is the Singapore. Because that from the 2005 and up to date, So every year I come and so also preach the Dhamma talk, and also Sayadaw and me also conducted the retreat in Shuanglen Temple and the Changi Chalet also, because of the Singapore is look like the my that home. Second home is Malaysia. That is that sutta is in the Anguttara Nikaya, chapter of the 5th. So our Buddha preached one day, Ānāpānasati, the rich man, he came to the Buddha with the 500 followers and paid homage to the Buddha. At that time, our Buddha preached so to the Ānāpānasati, Tomehi Gahapati, Bhikkhu Sangasa, Vichupatita, Chivara Pindapada, Senasana Gilana, Gilana Pichaya, Visecha Prikarina, Nako Gahapati, Tawataki Niwa, Toti Garania. Mayam Bhikkhu Sangasa Vichupatita, Chivara Pindapada, Senasana Gilana Pichaya, Visecha Prikaranti, Tasama Dihakapti, Ewan Sekitaban, Kenti Mayang, Kalina Kalam, Pawi Wika Beating, Upasampicha, Vihara Yami. So, Ewan he or Kapati, Sekitabandi. Translation is householder Kahapati. You have presented robes, alms food, lodgings, and the medicines and the provisions for the sick to the Bhikkhu Sangha. You should not be content merely with so with this much thinking. So we have presented robes and food, lodgings, and the medicines and the provisions for the sick to the Sangha of the Bhikkhu. Therefore, householder, you should train also yourselves. Thus, how can we, Kalina Kala, from time to time, so Upasampicha, that is the enter and the Vihariyami, so enter and the dwells, that is Paviweka beating, that is the in the rapture of the solitude. It is in such a way that you should train yourselves. So our Buddha admonished and give the exhortations so to his disciples, Ānāpānasati. You should not merely contact, just merely offering the 4 requisites. So Singaporeans are very generous and offer a lot. So Bhikkhu Sangha, so our Buddha say that his disciple, you should not merely contact, just offering the 4 requisites. Because so in our Buddha Sasana, that is just giving the offering that is not essence of the Buddha Sasana. So you must gain so Paviweka Piti, rapture of the solitude. That is during the Buddha Sasana only can gain. What is the Paviweka Piti? Later I will explain. Because you see, so Ānāpānasati, before telling the Ānāpānasati, our Buddha had lived as a Buddhahood, and he had done the propagation of Buddha Sasana. How many years? 45 years. Among 45 years also, so how many vasas spent in the Savatthi? 25 vasas. So some places our Buddha spent 1 vasa, 2 vasa, even our Buddha, his birthplace, Kapilavatthu, only 1 vasa only. Is it true? So even his birthplace, so his really relatives place also only 1 vasa spent, and most of that vasa he dwelt in the Savatthi. How do you think why our Buddha spent in the Savatthi? most of the wasa. Because, no? So in the Savatthi, Ānāpānasati rich men, the Visakha lady, the king Kosala and Malika Devi, they are very generous and very intimate with our Buddha also. You see, Ānāpānasati, Visakha lady, they had offered the monastery, no? Jeta monastery, Bubbarama monastery, and also every day they goes to the monastery 3 times. Can you go? Also not hand only, no, without donation. Every time also, morning he bring the foods to offer the breakfast. Lunchtime also he bring the food to offer. At the evening also he bring the medicines and some requisites to offer the Sangha. Also every day, Visakha and so Ānāpānasati, they offer the alms foods for the 2,000 bhikkhus. Can you offer 2,000 bhikkhus? If bhikkhus stay in the Singapore. So every day, so 2,000 bhikkhus, Ānāpānasati and Visakha lady, they offer the alms food. So that also, they are sister in charge of this offering the alms food. They are daughters. So Ānāpānasati's daughter, Visakha lady's daughter, so they are in charge of the everyday, so offering the alms food for the Sangha. That food also not poor food, very delicious food only. Because of that also, some people, some devotees, if they like to offer the alms food to the Sangha, they take the consultant from the Ānāpānasati and Visakha lady, how to provide delicious food. So, because like that, Ānāpānasati and so Visakha lady and our Buddha are so intimate, and very close Dayaka. Even very close Dayaka also, our Buddha, so he didn't just follow their desire only. According to as a teacher, so Buddha preached, Buddha gave the advice. So, Kahapati, you have presented robes, alms food, lodgings, and the medicine and provisions for the sick to the Sangha of the Bhikkhu. You should not be, so, Tautikaraniya, Tawataki Niwa, you should not be content merely with this much, thinking that we have presented, so robes, alms food, lodgings, and the medicines and the provisions for the sick to the Sangha of the Bhikkhu. Therefore, householder, you should also train yourself thus. How can we from time to time enter and dwells in the rapture of the solitude? It is in such a way that you should train yourself. What is the rapture of the solitude? Paviveka piti means that is also Lokiya paviveka piti and Lokotara paviveka piti. 2 types. What is the Lokiya paviveka piti? That is, for the examples, if you practice Anapana meditations, after practicing Anapana meditation, develop and cultivate again and again. When your 5 faculties matures, you will possess, you will attain the Patibhaka Nimitta. It will appear in front of the nose, and then you must concentrate on that. So, Patibhaka Nimitta, and you must try to enter to the first jhana. After attaining the first jhana, so meditator must reviews 5 jhana factors. What are the 5 jhana factors? That is, Vitaka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekaggata. That is, application thoughts, sustained thoughts, and the rapture, and the happiness, and the one-pointness. Because in the first jhana, 5 jhana factor, the rapture is included. Therefore, this is the Lokiya Paviveka Piti. After that, so if meditator is skillful and clever in the first jhana, he must try to attain second jhana. Concentrate again on the Patibhaka Nimitta, and meditator must try to more calm mind. And later, if he review and reflect the second jhana factors. What are there? How many? So jhana factor of the second jhana, 3 jhana factors. No? Piti, sukha, ekaggata, rapture, so happiness, and the one-pointedness. So second jhana also includes the rapture, piti. Because of that, second jhana also lokiya, paviveka, piti. If you are able to attain first jhana and second jhana, so you can dwell, you can enter and dwells, no? So in there, so rapture of the solitude. Later, what is the lokiya, lokotara paviveka piti is, that is, so according to Buddha teaching, meditator, so firstly trying to enter, firstly meditator must, after developing the concentrations, meditator must discern what are the materialities, what are the mentalities. He must break down the compactness. As a materiality, there are 3 compactness. So, sandati kana, samukha kana, kecha kana. Compactness of continuity, compactness of combination or synthesis, compactness of the function. As a materiality, 3 compactness. For the mentality, there are 4 compactness. Like the materiality, so material of compactness of continuity, compactness of the combination of synthesis, and compactness of the functions, compactness of the subjects. There are 4 compactness of the mentality. After developing the concentrations, meditator must discern what are the materiality, what are the mentality systematically. So to attain the nama rupa parisira jnana, knowledge of discernment of mind and matters. After that, so meditator must discern again the causal relationship of mind and matters for the Pitya Prika jnana, according to the dependent origination, paticca samuppada. So as a insight meditation, these two knowledges are foundation of Vipassana. So after attaining these 2 knowledges, so nama rupa parisira jnana and Pitya Prika jnana, so but our Pa-Auk theology is to discern again also the lakkhana, rasa, vijubhadatthana, bhadatthana, to clear this knowledge. So after attaining this knowledge, meditator must contemplate, seeing the 3 characteristics of impermanence, suffering, non-self of material and mentality, and meditator must contemplate this is anicca, dukkha, anatta repeatedly. And also, their cause and effect also. Seeing the 3 characteristics, meditator must contemplate again and again. He must develop the insight knowledges. After attaining the insight knowledges, and so then to attain this lokiya paviveka piti, meditator must firstly enter the first jhana. After that, emerge from the first jhana, and so meditator, when he is entering to the first jhana, at that time, jhana, javana, mind movement are arising successively, one after another. Each of the jhana, javana, mind movement, as a first jhana, one consciousness and 33 mental factors are arising. Because of this one consciousness and 33 mental factors are arising, they are also, as a mentality nature, they are rising and passing away very quickly. Because of that, so meditator firstly trying to enter from the first jhana. After entering the first jhana, emerge from the first jhana and seeing that this jhana, javana, mind movement are rising and passing away conditions, meditator must contemplate. This is anicca, dukkha, anatta. That also 2 ways. So kalapa naya and anupata naya. Kalapa naya means grouping of this mentality rising and passing away, and so seeing the grouping, rising and passing of grouping of mentality, and contemplate again and again. Also, meditator can develop the insight knowledge. Another one also seeing this mentality one by one also, phasa, contact, feeling, perception, volitions. So seeing that these mental factors, one by one, and they are rising and passing away. After that, meditator must contemplate also anicca, dukkha, anatta. That is called the Anupatanaya Vipassana. After contemplating again and again, and slowly, gradually, the meditator's insight knowledge is mature, and if meditator is able to attain the past knowledge, Aggañña, so having the object as an object of Nibbana, and when he enter there, so past knowledge and the fruition minds, these past knowledge and fruition mind are called the Lokotara Paviveka Piti, because of supporting of the first jhana concentration, first jhana rapture, piti. So therefore, so a meditator attain the past knowledge and fruition knowledge by contemplating of the first jhana mentalities. So this happiness, this attainment is called the Lokotara Paviveka Piti. Supramundane, the rapture of solitude. Another one also, when meditator, so contemplating the mentalities of first jhana also, that insight knowledge also called the not attaining yet the past knowledge. That Vipassana knowledge is called the Lokiya Paviveka Piti. After attaining the past knowledge, and the fruition minds are called the Lokotara Paviveka Piti. That then, so some meditator, they try to enter the second jhana, first jhana to second jhana. After that, emerge from the second jhana and seeing the mentality of second jhana. The second jhana mentality is one consciousness and 31's mental factors. So that also the grouping of one by one of this mental factor of second jhana, meditator contemplate anicca, dukkha, anatta, and he must develop his insight knowledge, yes, from samasana jnana to up to the Sankharupa jnana, then Anuloma jnana, and the Kotarhu to the path and fruition knowledge. So if meditator so attain the path knowledge ends, so Ariya Magga and the Phala jnana, fruition minds, this because of supporting cause of the second jhana concentration, and so that also called the Lokotara Paviveka Piti. The first one is so contemplation of first jhana mentality, and meditator attain the path and fruition knowledge. Second one is so enter into the second jhana and contemplate the mentality of second jhana, and meditator attain the path and fruition knowledge. So these two knowledges are called the Lokotara Paviveka Piti. Because of that, so our Buddha so preached to his Ānāpānasati rich man and 500 followers. You should try to enter and dwell so in the so rapture of the solitude. So what is the Buddha meaning is after saying at that time, so whenever Sariputta was sitting before the Buddha, so before the Buddha, and so listening to the Blessed One's statement, when this was said, whenever Sariputta said to the Blessed One, "It is astounding and amazing, Bandi. How will that was said by the Blessed One?" So Sariputta, the Pandit, was very pleased. Buddha, the statements, although Buddha is very short sentence only. So Pandit, it is astounding and amazing. How will that was said by the Blessed One? Why it is well said? Whenever Sariputta continue, Pandit, whenever a noble disciple enters and dwell in the rapture of solitude, on that occasions, 5 things do not occur in him, or 5 things do not occur in his mind, the meditator's mind. What are the 5 things? So, Yampisang, Kamupasang Hitang, Dukkan Dominasang, Tampestan tasame sami nahodi. The second thing is Yampestan kamupasan hitan sukhan somnasan. Tampestan tasame sami nahodi. That is two benefit I will combine, because of the saving the times. Pain and digestions connected with the sensuality do not occur in him in that occasions. And also pleasure and the joy connected with the sensuality do not occur in him on that occasions. So when a meditator enters and dwells in the rapture of the solitude, Lokiya or Lokottara, Monday or supramundane stage, so at that stage, in that occasions, pain and digestions connected with the sensuality and pleasure and joy connected with the sensuality do not occur in his mind. So when you look in the Facebook, how do you feel? How do you experience? Because of looking long time, pain and digestions will come. If you like also, pleasure and joy will arising. If you don't like, digestion will arising. Because of that, when you enter into the jhana or when you practicing Anapana meditations, in that occasion may not occur, connected with the sensuality. So, pain and digestions, pleasure and joy. Do you like to attain that one? So, the third and fourth is Yampesan Kusalupa Sanhitan Akusalupa Sanhitan Dukhan Tomnasan Tampesan Tasame Samayi Nahoti Yampesan Akusalupa Sanhitan Sukhan Somnasan Tampesan Tasame Samayi Nahoti. Third and the fourth benefit is pain and digestions connected with the unwholesomes do not occur in him on that occasions, and pleasure and joy connected with the unwholesomes do not occur in him on that occasion. When meditator enter and dwells, so in the rapture of solitude, on that occasions, so pain and digestions connected with the unwholesomes. So pleasure and joy connected with the unwholesomes do not occur. That is, in the commentary mention is the hunter. The hunter example. Hunter, he shoot the arrow to the prey. So the arrow miss also. So the arrow not shoot to the prey. What will feel? The hunter, pain and digestion may come. If he wins also, what will come? Pleasure and joy will come. If you do the gambling also, what do you feel? Going to the casino, how do you feel? If you win also, pleasure and joy will come. If you defeat also, lose also, pain and digestion will come. If you betting to the scores are match also, how do you feel? Nowadays, this betting, this called gambling, this scores are match also very popular. Because of that, although mentioned in the commentary, hunter example, many example you can see the unwholesomes. So how can feel there, can experience there, pain and digestions, pleasure and joy. But if you enter and the dwells, rapture of the solitude, so may not occur these things. Another one also, the fifth benefit is Yampesan Kusalupa Sanhita, that is Kusala, Yampesan Kusalupa Sanhita, Dukhan Dominasan, Tampesan Tasami Sami Nahodi, pain and digestions connected with that wholesomes do not occur in him. Because you have to celebrate Katina ceremony. How many days you can prepare? So, are you tired? That is because of Kusala. Another one also, you see, Ānāpānasati, rich man. So, earlier he was very rich, and he offer every day, 2,000 bhikkhus, very delicious food. That he also, as a human nature, he had to encounter unfortunate time. Because Ānāpānasati, he had offered 45 50 crore to offer to there. So both monastery, Sayadaw monastery, and also because he lost his property, he borrowed, he lent his money to his friend also, they didn't give back, and his property also, because of water flood that Ganga River, lost at this 18 crore. And because his friend didn't give back the money, the 80 crore, and unfortunately, he lost his property. Because he lost his property every day, he could not offer the delicious food as earlier. So he offered only the broken rice porridge and the sour rice only. So because he could not offer the delicious food, what he will feel, how he will feel, do you know? He also upset. Because of upset, so because that is also connected with their wholesome pain and digestions. Therefore, he went to the Buddha and he explained, Pandi, earlier I have offered a very delicious food to the Sangha. Now I'm able to offer the only poor food only. At the time, our Buddha preached to his disciple, Vilama Sutta. That also Katina the only should preach. So the Buddha said to the Ānāpānasati, so Vilama Brahmins, our bodhisattva in the previous life. So when he became the Vilama Brahmins, at that time, because of outside dispensation, every day he offered a lot of, plenty of that donation, but not so benefits than during the Buddha dispensation. Because of that, to the enjoyment of the Ānāpānasati, you are offering is during the Buddha dispensation. Because of that, although you are not afford to offer the delicious food, but your donation is very excellent and surpass than the Vilama Brahmins. Like that way, our Buddha preached to his disciples. Because of that, sometimes also, because of wholesome also, so rising pain and digestion. But if you enter and dwells, pavivika, rupture of the solitude, may not arise in that one also. Because of that, so when a noble disciple, he enter and dwells in the rupture of the solitudes. So, five things may not occur in him on that occasion. What are the five? Pain and digestions connected with the sensuality, pleasure and the joy connected with the sensuality, and pain and digestions connected with the unwholesomes. So pleasure and the joy connected with the wholesomes, and the pain and digestions connected with the wholesomes. These five things may not occur in him on that occasions, meditator entering and dwell in the rupture of solitude. So that rupture of the solitude is, Lokiya, Paviveka Piti, Jhana attainment, or the path and fruition attainment. Although you are not attaining yet the path and fruition or jhana, it does not matter. When you practicing Anapana meditation or Buddha Nusati or Metta Bhavana also, in the moment when your mind is free from the five hindrances, surely you will get this rupture of the solitude. Because of that, don't disappoint. So now, to attain this rupture of the solitudes, you must develop Anapana meditations. Normally, before gaining the highest bliss, you may encounter the difficulties. So because of that, I have to continue how to overcome the difficulties of Anapana meditation. That also, not most of the meditator, they encounter the bodily pain. That bodily pain also, as our body nature. So if our body is not used to the sitting meditation long time, initially the body is pain. But later, if you meditate regularly or after getting the good concentrations, that pain feeling will less and less, and you may not bother that pain feeling also. Another one is when you concentrate on the breath, that is also Mahakusala Citta. In the Mahakusala Citta, so the Jhana mind movement, one consciousness and 33 mental factors. What are the 33 mental factors? The previous talk I had not talked. So that is the 7 universal, 6 occasionals, 19 beautifuls. What are the 6? What are the 7? I have to explain. 7 universal is the Phassa, contact, Vedana, feeling. That is Sukha Vedana. Phassa, Vedana, Senya, perception. Chirana, volitions. Phassa, Vedana, Senya, Ekagata, one-pointness. Jivita, life faculties, and Manasikara, attentions. This is the 7 universals. 6 occasional is Vitaka, Vichara, Adimokkha, Viriya, Piti, Chanda. Vitaka means jhana factor also include application thought, sustained thoughts, Adimokkha, decision, Viriya, effort, Chanda, desire, Vitaka, Vichara, Adimokkha, Viriya, Piti, rapture. And because Mahakusala Citta also rapture is included. Because of that, these are 6 occasional. And also 19 beautifuls. What are the 90 beautiful is Saddha, Sati, Hiri Ottappa, Alova Adosa, Tatra Mittatata, Kaya Pasati, Citta Pasati, Kaya Lahuta, Citta Lahuta, Kaya Mututa, Citta Mututa, Kaya Kaminyata, Citta Kaminyata, Kaya Pagunyata, Citta Pagunyata, Kaya Jukata, Citta Jukata, Pinyendriya. So totally, so 90 plus panya, so 20. 20 plus 13, 6 and 7, so 33. So mental factors are rising successively. These mental energy are prevailing throughout the whole body. Your pain feeling will disappear, and you will get the pleasant feeling, look like the floating sensation. That look like the floating sensation also in our country. So one of the teacher, Sayadaw Ujjwatika, mentions in his book, Lamboma Lampiaustu, in that book. So that is also Sayadaw Ujjwatika. He found one of the articles from the science report. That is, when the meditator getting the floating sensations, why meditator get the lighter floating sensations? Western country, they take out the blood from the meditator's body. And they found that the blood of the meditator, the morphine contact is higher than the normal people. That is called the endogenous endorphin, because of produced from the body, endorphin. This endorphin is similar to the morphine. So, because so when the meditator getting the floating sensation times, so take out the blood and they do the research. So why meditator can sit comfortably without pain? Because of endorphin contact is higher than the normal people, meditator getting the floating sensation and the kid can sit comfortably without no pain. Therefore, if you like to get this endorphin, trying to get this concentration, don't worry for your pain feeling. The second difficulty is distractions, wandering mind. That also our mind nature, our Buddha preach in the Dhammapada, don't make hasa lahu no, yata kama nipas, now nipati no, sudo satang, suni putang, another one also, pandanan, chabalan, chaitang, don't reckon, don't ni warrior. Our Buddha preach the nature of the mind. The mind is so fast, hard to control, hard to restrain, also very subtle and formless. Because of that, So now you are doing the meditation. This is the most hardest work of the world. So now you are trying your mind because of that. So I like to suggest two ways is very useful during the Anapana meditation times. Counting method and noting the whole breath method. How to practice counting method and noting the whole breath method. After that tomorrow you can ask to me. Otherwise they're taking the long time. No? This two way is very useful to get the continuous concentration, to control the mind wandering. Later on, you can develop your concentration. And the third one is slow and toba, tina metta. No? That also, you should choose the suitable time. Should not sit too near up after meals time, and also depend on the bodily weakness, depend on the food. Sometimes also if you take the medicines, painkiller or so something for the runny nose, or some medicine also cause to that slow and toba because of that. So you should choose the suitable times. Another one also in the Mahasatipatthana commentary mentioned the 16 in the Anguttara Nikaya. There are 7 things how to overcome the slow and toba, but I have not enough time now. 10:30. So later also BMC will publish the Burmese version of how to overcome the difficulties. In the Zoom also in Myanmar, one of my friends translate to English also this topic, how to overcome the difficulties of the Anapana meditation. At the time you should read more details. Now I don't explain because of the times. So, and another one is and the fourth one is the sound of the disturbance. Sound of the disturbance means sometimes when you meditate, group meditation, or sometimes in your home, because of outside disturbance voice, so you cannot develop the concentrations. That also, in our country, one of the teacher, Somlon Sayadaw, so preach give the instruction to his disciple. When you meditate, Anapana meditation, you try to reach the unhearing place. Is it possible to reach the unhearing place? No. Even in the forest also, you will hear the sounds, the birds or the monkey or the something, the insects, or even in the cave also, we will hear our sound of the silence from the ear also. Because of that, so no place for the unhearing place. What is the meaning of unhearing place mean? According to Abhidhamma point of view, one mind moment, one thought process can take the one object only. Really cannot take two objects. But because of the mind is so fast, we think we know the object simultaneously, but not simultaneously according to Abhidhamma point of view, one after another only. Now you are listening, mind not top it, mind talks. So you hearing the sound, you hearing the sound, you seeing the my image, also you feel the bodily pain or hot or so really this is hearing thought process, seeing thought process, the body consciousness of the pain or pleasure. These thought process are one after another only arising, not simultaneously. Although because of the mind is so fast, you think you know simultaneously, but Abhidhamma point of view, one after another only. Because of that, if your mind is successively knowing on the breath, therefore, even the sound impinging also, the ear consciousness may not arising. Sometimes may arise ear consciousness, not following the mind thought process arising. Oh, I don't like this sound. Why they make this sound? This is called mind thought process. Because of that, so if you concentrate respectfully, mindfully on the breath, slowly and slowly, you may not hear or you may not bother that sound. That is the Somlon Sayadaw mentions what is the unhearing place. If you don't believe or not, you can test. Sometimes you put the clock. Initially, you may hear the sound of the seconds. Later, your concentration is well on the breath. You may not hear because of that. This is what is the meaning of and hearing place during the meditation time to reach that place. And another one is there, seeing the many images. Sometimes also when the meditator meditate, they see the many images, the past event or the departed, their family members or relatives or very beautiful scenes, or sometimes you see the Buddha Rupa or Arhanta, or no? Sometimes very ugly forms or the corpse or dead bodies, or but don't pay attention those images and pay attention on the breath only. Later on, so no, these images will disappear and you will see the white screens or white light, or after that slowly and slowly you will see the Anapana nimitta. That also, no, Sono Sayadaw so preach his disciples to his meditator. When you meditate Anapana meditation time, so even you see the real Buddha Rupa, coming the 500 no, arhats also, don't no, pay homage and don't open your eye also. Why? Because no, Anapana meditation time, the breath and Anapana nimitta only concerned with you. Buddha image is not concerned with you. Buddha image is that is there during the Buddha Nosati meditation time only. No, that is that you are objects. Because of that, Anapana meditation times, when you meditate, even that when you see the Buddha image, real Buddha image also, no, don't pay attention, don't open eye and continue to concentrate on the breath only. You can develop your concentrations. The fifth, no, the difficulty is lost the breath. That is all the meditator, they encounter this problem. Because of that also, in the Visuddhimagga mentioned special chapter, how to find the lost breath. That also, our body nature, if we meditate slowly and slowly, the mind is calmer and calmer, the breath become the subtle and subtle. Sometimes because of so subtle meditator, so can't find the breath in, they stop their meditation, or sometimes they change the other object, or sometimes because of they frightened during the meditation time, interview time, they come and they report to me. One day, because of the breath is so subtle, I feel suffocated and I may die. Because of that, I stop my meditation and how I do to continue to my meditation. So our Pa-Auk already suggests to him, this is better for you if you die on that moment. Surely you are reborn in the Deva realms. So don't frighten, don't afraid, and don't stop your meditation. Just wait at the tip of the nostril. Slowly and slowly, the breath will appear, and so you can concentrate well on the breath. That also, in the Visuddhimagga also mentioned, our Pa-Auk also mentioned in there, knowing and seeing and the light of the wisdom also. When the breath lost, you should not stop your meditation, you should not change other objects, and you should not thinking to ask the teacher, or so you should review and reflect. So there are 7 persons are no more breath. What are the 7 persons? They feed us in the mother wombs, the embryo, and also a man drawn in the water, so the death body. So a meditator entering to the 4th jhana, a meditator entering to the and the Nibbāna Samapatti, attainment of the sensations, and also unconscious body, and also a beings in the Brahma realms. These 7 persons only no more breath. So I am not including because of the lack of the mindfulness. The meditator put great mindfulness at the nose. He will find his breath also. The next, the simile is simile of the plowman example. The plowman, he plowed there in his paddy field with his thousands, and later he also tired. The thousands are also tired, and he freed this thousand into the jungle. Later on, when he like to start his walk, he doesn't look for his thousands into the jungle. he goes to the ponds, because that pond is every day the oxen come and drink the waters. Because of that, the proud man straightly go to the pond, and when he went there, he find his oxen and he catch this oxen and he start his work again. In the same way, if you are breath lost also, no need to look for anywhere throughout the life. Where are you breathing? At the nose only. No? Because of that, put your mindfulness greatly at the nose, you will find your breath, and later on, trying to continue to your breath, you can develop your concentration. These are the 6 difficulties. No? That is bodily pains, and the distractions, and the slow and torpor, and also the sound of the disturbance, and the seeing the many images, and the loss the breath. Most of the meditators, they encounter this problem. Also, at the interview time also, I have to answer these questions only. So, sometimes also some meditators, they complain their body are very tight, or they cannot sleep well at night, or many problems also. Sometimes we need the very patient also. Because every day all are same only. So because of that, if you are able to overcome these 6 difficulties, and so slowly and slowly, regularly developed, you are also able to enter and enjoy rapture of the solitude, because of Deepavali day, and may you all be able to expel your darkness up. So the delusions, ignorance, and also may you possess the victories of the light also, and attainment of the supreme bliss, and may you dwell and enter in this light, and in the future, Lokiya and Lokutara, rapture of the solitude, and may you attain the supreme bliss of the Nibbana. Any questions? Because sometimes also individually, you may encounter the difficulties. Half an hour, you can ask the questions.
Anybody has any question?
Bante, I have a question. During the Anapana, sometimes when the breath is very subtle, and then I tend to lose interest in that, and then will start thinking of other things.
Yes, as much as pay attention on the breath, not trying to find your breath, and respectfully concentrate. And later on, you are able to concentrate on the breath. And after that, when your mind, concentrating mind, absorb or absorb and so enter the subtle breath, you can abide very peacefully also. So because of this Mahakusala Citta rising, so if you are able to concentrate on the subtle breath, sometimes your body is very straight and very still and very stable also. You don't want to break, you don't want to stop, you want to continue 3 hours, 4 hours also. Because of that, as much as pay attention on the breath and respectfully, mindfully concentrate on the breath. Look like that. When you put the thread into the needle hole, the thread also very tiny, needle hole also very narrow. If you put mindfully, patiently only, the breath can pass through into the needle hole. In the same way, you should mindfully, patiently, don't focus too much attention also. If you focus too much attention, because of over effort also, your energy exhausted and you want to stop also, lose interest also. Because of the comfortably only concentrate on the breath, you will overcome this problem, and after that, so your body is very straight and very still and stable, and you can get the blissful feeling. Sometimes you will floating sensation also. Sometimes whole body disappear and concentrating mind and the breath only were remaining, and you can abide very peacefully. You will enter into a rapture of the solitude.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Bhante, thank you for your compassion for sharing, the Dhamma. I have been learning from many Bhantes that being on the meditation object outside formal sitting is actually one of the key success for a meditator. Can Bhante share, what are the some skillful ways to do that? Because for lay people like us, we are constantly, our mind are constantly running because of work, and many things.
So outside the sitting meditation, you means?
Yes.
Really, if you are able to do the Chitta-nupassana, it's better. Can you see your mind?
No.
Oh, yeah. If you'd like to do the Metta Bhavana or Buddha Nusati, also better as a samatha meditation instead of the breath outside the meditation time in your daily walk, Metta Bhavana or loving kindness. If it is possible, my suggestion is, if it is possible, try to see your mind also, whatever you are thinking, satisfaction or dissatisfactions, and trying to see, and also this mind also impermanent, and later on you are able to control your mind also. Sometimes when you encounter like or dislike, not arising these pain and dejections or pleasure and joy also. Because of that, so if it is possible, try to aware and try to notice your mind also, what you are thinking, what your mind create and thinking. So later on, I think you may control your mind also. And sometimes, if you encounter something dislike object, so not to arising the anger or any emotion also. That is suggestion. The second one is, if you are not able to practice Anapana meditation, loving kindness meditation, seeing the other people and powering the loving kindness also, or reciting the Buddha quality, Arha or Buddha, or the Buddha 9 quality, Iti Viso Bhagava also. Or sometimes, if you like to do the Asubha Bhavana also, that is as a samatha meditation, one of the 4 protective meditation also.
Thank you, Bhante.
Good morning, Bhante.
Yeah.
Could you explain Bhavanga?
Yeah.
And how can we avoid dropping into Bhavanga?
Really, Bhavanga is when the meditator meditate, so his mind, so he relaxed, and to relax also, he can fall to the Bhavanga mind. Sometimes also because of after meals also, it can cause to the Bhavanga mind. Sometimes also after recover from the illness also, because of bodily weak also, fall into the Bhavanga mind. Because of that, as much as try to meditate mindfully on the meditation object is the better. Because what is the Bhavanga mind, you know? According to our Buddha Abhidhamma, every beings are near of the death. They see the one of the 3 signs, action of the objects or future destinations. After seeing the one of the 3 signs, and so the beings pass away, and he rebirth in the mother womb. The first consciousness is called the rebirth consciousness. After rebirth consciousness, as a human being, this embryo to alive, Bhavanga mind is taking the functions. And after that, when mother deliver ends, when the beings reach as a human being life, because he encounter there many objects. So among the 2 thought process, not to cut, Bhavanga mind is taking as a linkage. Also when we getting the sound sleep, because of no more other thoughts, Bhavanga mind is taking as a function also. Therefore, when meditate also, as a meditator concentrate on the breath, and sometimes slowly and slowly, the lack of the mindfulness, and so the meditator fall into the Bhavanga. He don't notice anything. He don't hear any sounds. He lost all the sense. Really, he is falling to the sleeping only. Because of the lack of the mindfulness, so as possible as trying to mindfully concentrate on the breath, and should choose a suitable time also. That way only you are, so you will overcome this fall into the Bhavanga mind.
Thank you, Bhante.
Morning, Bhante.
Yeah.
I would like to seek your clarification about what you say about seeing the mind in daily life. When you say seeing the mind, does it mean you are aware of an observer when the mind is, other than the content, you are also simultaneously aware of the observer?
Sure.
That means you are not stuck inside, lost, but you are always out and observing the thing.
Sure. As a observer, to the previous mind, you should see the subsequent mind. Whatever you thoughts, like or dislike or anger or lustful mind or distraction or whatever thought arising, with the subsequent mind trying to observe. So firstly, as possible, trying to get the habitual action whenever thoughts earlier. So because we don't notice, after thinking only, we are able to aware. Later on, slowly and slowly trying to aware, you will realize these thoughts are rising and passing away only. So with the subsequent mind.
So my understanding is actually what you meant by seeing the mind.
Seeing the mind means observing or awareing or knowing the previous mind. Because the mind is the formless. Because of that, we cannot see as an object. Knowing only. Seeing is the metaphor only. So because of that, to the previous mind, if you are angry, trying to know the angry, you are thinking of the angry mind with the subsequent mind. Oh, now I'm angry. The one of the create the object, and oh, I don't like. Why he tell like that way? I'm not satisfied. Like that, if you are thinking again and again with the subsequent mind, trying to know those thinking previous mind. Later on, these mind are rising and passing only. You will realize, oh, these are rising and passing away. So after that, because instead of repeatedly thinking again and again, if you observe, if you aware, that anger mind may not last long or may not continue.
Oh, the anger, the whatever is going on, you realize that the observing mind doesn't have this property. It's just it doesn't affect the priority of the observer.
You mean?
I mean the observing mind.
Observing mind.
There's two things going on.
Yeah.
Whatever affliction or unwholesome thing, and there's an observer looking at it.
Yeah.
But you also realize that whatever is going on, no matter how is it doesn't affect the purity of the observer.
Yeah. After observing again and again, so this anger is lesser and lesser, and after that shorter and shorter, and instead of repeated thinking, this when the anger ceases, because of anger ceases, the observer will get the happiness, calmness, peaceful mind. The benefit is really observe mind also rising and passing only. So after observing again and again, so because of this anger is shorter and shorter and cease and subside. Later on, this observing mind will notice calmness or peaceful conditions.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Then when talk about the slipping into the Bhavanga, sometimes you get more and more comfortable. Then suddenly you realize you sort of there's one gap of time where there is has passed away, but you don't recall hearing anything. That's actually falling into Bhavanga. You
mean the Bhavanga mind? Bhavanga mind is you don't notice anything. You lost all the sense only. But after awaken only, oh, now I am meditating. So you hear the sound again. If still you are aware, that is not Bhuvinga mind.
Okay. Thank you.
First of all, thank you, Bhante, for sharing us the knowledge.
Yeah.
My question here is, during Buddha's time of death, he has gone through a few jhana stage. What could you recommend for us when we experience this time when it comes?
During the Buddha time?
Yeah, he has gone through a few jhanas
Yeah.
before he passed away.
Yeah.
So as we learn jhana 1, jhana 2, jhana 3, jhana 4, jhana 5,
Yeah.
during my time when it comes, what would be the best time I should do?
So in daily life or in your lifetime, the time means
I would say at the time when death comes. Near
death moment. Oh, so near death. If you meditate regularly, and if you meditate systematically also, no? Slowly and slowly, if you learn under the good guidance teacher also, if you are able to attain the jhana in this life also better, and if you are able to maintain, no? This jhana also, no? Up to near of the death, the last breath. The breath, because of this jhana mind, it will give to rebirth in the Brahma realm also. Although my topic also including, although in this life, if you are not able to attain the path and fruition mind also, if you have learned the insight meditation in the Brahma realms, when you develop again this insight meditation, surely you will attain in the Brahma realm also. You will become the Arhata path and fruition. You will never come back to the human world and Deva realm of the sensuous planes. Although in this life, if you are not able to attain the jhana, but if you meditate regularly, Anapana meditations, so because of you meditate regularly, this is the habitual action. So that's asana habitual action. Because of that, surely because of you have done regularly every day, when you are reach the emergency case, as the last breath, you will meditate Anapana meditation. This concentrating on the Anapana breath, on the breath, Anapana meditation. This is the Mahakusala Chaita. And the last breath, although you not attain yet the jhana, but this Mahakusala Chaita will support to rebut in the human realm or Deva realms. And this parami, this Vajjasik and Sarnasit, the seeds of the virtue and the seeds of the conduct will support in next life to attainment of the jhana or to attainment of the path and fruition mind also. Because of the parami is not loose. It will support with the next life also.
Bhante, does this apply to someone who, has dementia at the near-death moment? Dementia,
yeah. Near-death moment.
Yeah, and it means, the dying person has dementia, meaning that, he or she forgets, the people around
unconscious
him.
mind. He lost the mindfulness. He don't know anything, you mean?
Yes.
Near of that he lost all the memory.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because Bhante just shared that, even if some meditator has not attained jhana, but as long as he actually meditates regularly, at the near-death moment, the meditation
because of some illness, he lost his memory.
Yes.
So, but if he meditates regularly, I think so because of habitual actions. So although he is unconscious the previously, but later nearer of the death, according to the Buddha Abhidhamma, so one of the thoughts may appear because of to rebut in the next existence. So therefore, near the death moment, because of he had meditated previously as the habitual actions, it will reappear. That is my idea, Because of he have done the regularly he have meditate, Because if you meditate, if you do regularly whatever action, this action is near of the death, most probably will appear because of that. No? So, although before the death, he was the unconscious, but near the death, because he have meditated regularly, this thought may appear. Because of that, no, doing the regularly is better. No? To get the emergency case as they age.
Bhante, just another question. When the Ugaha nimitta and the breath nimitta comes into one, can a meditator switch to Ugaha to improve his concentration?
That also, no? The breath and the light two together. No? The breath become the light become the breath. Sometimes also, after concentrating on the breath, no? The light will be more and more brighter also. After more and more brighter, also it lasts long, near up the 1 hour, more than an hour. Even the light disappear and dim also. When meditator concentrate on the breath, it re-brighter again. If meditator able to attain that condition, he can switch onto the Vipassana. But sometimes the light and the breath do together. When he concentrate on the light, it does not last long. Should not be attention to the light. Try to maintain to concentrate on the breath only. Otherwise, the light is not last long. It may disappear. Because of that, you should see your condition. After concentrating, when the breath and the light unified, when you concentrate on the light, it does not disappear. It more and more brighter. Continue to concentrate on the nimitta only. So,
another question.
Yeah.
Because if we concentrate on our breath, says for 1-2 hours, on a single object of a breath, I think our mind also will get tired. So what can we do in order to refresh our mind and then come back to the breath?
Because that also, our mental power, the concentration power also, no? That is look like the students. We have the efficiency of power or energy. So, no? As the students in the class, when the teacher give the lecture, their listening power is how many minutes? 45 minutes only. Now also I think you are exhaust your energy. Listening power. As a meditator also concentrate on the breath or on the nimitta. Slowly and slowly look like the wave craft, no? Rising up maximum level. After that, exhaustion point, no? At that time lose the interest. Sometimes also after continue to concentrate on the breath or on the nimitta, it will rising up again. Sometimes also too exhaust. If you can't meditate, trying to stop your meditation and trying to refresh, no? yourself, doing other activities or chanting the Buddha or listening the Buddha discourse or doing the walking meditation or like that way, trying to refresh your mind. Then only you should concentrate is better. Sometimes, if your energy is exhausted, so should stop the meditation is better. Because your energy is already exhausted. If you more meditate, you are more exhausted only. Sharing the merits.